Hello everybody. Welcome to the Veterans Yoga Project live online streaming. My name's Jason. I'm a U.S. Army veteran, and this afternoon I will be guiding you through a 30-minute practice of adaptive yoga. We'll be practicing from a chair today. We'll also be using a strap. If you do not have a yoga strap, you can use a belt. No previous yoga experience is required. No special clothing is required. So we'll get started in a few minutes here. I would like to mention a few resources to you, especially for our military active duty service, our veterans, and their dependents. If you have not already done so, I will invite you and encourage you to check out the Veterans Yoga Project website. That's www.veteransyogaproject.org. You can go on there and find free practice resources. We have audio files, video files going over various breathing techniques, various movement practices, guided relaxations, meditation techniques, and gratitude practices, all of which can be helpful for the symptoms of post-traumatic stress and for brain injury. So that's www.veteransyogaproject.org. Also, if you are a combat veteran, I will invite you to check out the Lone Survivor website. That's www.lonesurvivorfoundation.org. We are having our online virtual post-traumatic growth programs at this time. They're very easy to apply for, and they're provided at no cost. This would be a 3-day period where you spend some time via Zoom meeting online in the morning, take a break for lunch, and then spend some more time online in the afternoon. And each day we have group educational discussions on topics such as post-traumatic stress, brain injury, chronic pain, etc. We also have a yoga class every day, and then there's time for you to spend one-on-one with a mental health professional. So that's www.lonesurvivorfoundation.org. I will invite all of our military active duty service, our veterans, our first responders, our frontline healthcare workers, and their dependents. If you could please enter that information in the comment section below the video, I would appreciate that. The Veterans Yoga Project is a donation-based organization, and the folks who sponsor or provide donations to allow us to continue our mission, they like to see that we're reaching a target audience, and they like to see some numbers, so please enter that information in the comments. Thank you. And I will go over a little bit of an outline with you before we get started here. We still have a couple of minutes while we're waiting for folks to show up. And we're going to find a comfortable seat in the beginning. If you have a chair that does not have arms, that would be ideal, but you can also practice in one that does have arms. We're going to do a little bit of initial integration or relaxation at the beginning, just start to bring attention to our physical sensations and our mental activity, our breath, just to become present and start to focus on ourselves so we get the most out of our practice. And then we'll do some seated warm-up. We'll take our joints through their normal range of motion and circulate some synovial fluid through them to lubricate them, and then we'll do a little bit of what I call shoulder flossing with the strap or with the belt if you don't have a yoga strap. And then we'll go over a seated sun salutation and a couple of seated warrior poses, and then I would like to leave a few minutes at the end of class just for some silent meditation where we'll just be observing our thoughts and as if we were watching them in a movie theater and the thoughts were projecting up on the movie screen as if we had nothing to do with them. So that will be our practice. As always, I'm just offering some suggestions and invitations. I'm sharing a practice with you that feels good for me. I don't know what you're experiencing in your physical body or in your mind, so if something that I'm suggesting does not feel right to you, please feel free to leave those things out. Just keep whatever is useful to you. You can put it in your toolbox and use it for your own benefit. Always, and this goes for not only this practice, but any yoga practice, just remember that you are the teacher. You're the one that has the wisdom of your physical sensations and your mental activity. So allow my voice just to be way in the distance. Allow your physical sensations, your mental activity, and your breath to be your primary teacher. All right, let's get started. I'll invite you to find your most comfortable seat. If you're seated in the chair and it's comfortable, you can sit toward the front of the chair with the knees right over the heels and the ankles. The knees and the hips are at about an even height. So if you need to put a blanket or a folded towel, you can use that underneath your feet. or you could put it underneath your seat to create an evenness with the hips and the knees. Also, if you do have a thick book or a yoga block, I'm just going to show you this in profile. If you have the block, you can put it behind your lower back to give support to the spine so you can sit up straight a little more easily. But find whatever works for you. And once you've settled into your most comfortable seat, you can relax your hands on the thighs or the tops of the knees with the palms down or the palms up, or you can fold them in the lap, whatever feels relaxing for you. You can also relax the chin down toward the chest, or you can keep your chin parallel to the floor, whatever feels good for your neck. And once you've settled into your most comfortable seat, when you're ready and if it feels okay, I'll invite you to start to soften the muscles of the face. You can start by relaxing your jaw and then relaxing the tongue, allowing it to just fall off the roof of the mouth. And then start to relax your eyes. You can either soften your gaze, bringing the gaze down toward the tip of the nose or toward the floor, or you can close your eyes halfway, or you can even close them completely, whatever feels appropriate for you, whatever feels relaxing for you. And then just taking a moment to notice all the places where the body is being supported by the earth. So in our seated position here in the chair, we can take our attention to the sitting bones or the backs of the upper legs, the hamstring area. You could take your attention to the soles of the feet. And at first just noticing the sensations or textures that are present there. Maybe it's the texture of your clothing, or perhaps it's the texture of the surface that's supporting your body. First noticing the sensations, and then starting to bring your attention to the sitting bones and pressing the sitting bones down into the chair, starting to draw the navel gently in toward the front of the spine to support the spine. And again, you can either relax your chin forward toward the chest, or you can keep your chin parallel to the floor, whatever feels good. And then I'll invite us to take a mental scan through our physical body. We can start at our toes and travel all the way up to the top of the head, just noticing what physical sensations are present in this moment. If you notice areas of the body that are feeling good, we can acknowledge them. We tend to just focus on those that aren't feeling good. If we are practicing today with some pain or an injury, we want to become mindful of those places in the body and honor them as we move through this practice so that we do not create any further irritation or injury. And then lastly, I'm going to give you a couple of techniques for relaxation of areas of tension in the body. If you notice an area of tension where you're gripping or holding on, you can mentally or visually direct your breath into those areas on your in-breath, bringing in fresh energy, fresh prana. And then as you exhale, try to imagine that you're exhaling from that same place, letting go of tension each time that you breathe out. You can also create a mental space around the area of tension so that as you're exhaling and breathing out, your tension's just spreading out or dissipating into that mental space. And you can use those techniques not only during our initial integration, but throughout our practice to relax areas of the body. And you can use them for one specific location on the body that feels tense or painful, or you can use it for your entire physical body. I'll invite us to try to feel a sense of our physical body, letting go, releasing, relaxing a little more deeply each time that we breathe out. And as we feel the physical body start to relax a little more deeply, let's also take a few moments to relax the mind. We can set aside the cares and concerns of the day. For when we do that, we can bring our whole attention to ourselves and to our practice and get the most out of our time here. Perhaps we can all just suggest to ourselves that for the next 30 minutes or so, we're going to be with ourselves relaxing. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, just this practice. And then if it's comfortable for you, I'll invite you to gently seal the lips and the mouth and start to breathe soft and natural in and out through the nose. If that is not relaxing for you, you can breathe in your most relaxing fashion. But without trying to change or regulate our breathing just yet, I'll invite us to try to notice that place in our physical body where we feel our breath the most, where we feel the most actual physical sensation of breath. And this can be different every day. We might check in at the tips of our nostrils where the breath is entering into the body, or maybe the sinus area, the space between the inner corners of the eyes. You might check at the back of the throat, or the chest, or the abdomen. Just make this your own investigation, and if you can notice that place Where you feel the most physical sensation of your breath, just leave your attention there for the next 3 or 4 breaths. Starting to follow your inhales with your attention from beginning to end, noticing the sensation of the inhale, whether it's the texture, the temperature of the breath, noticing that slight pause at the top of your inhale, and then following your exhale breath from beginning to end with your attention, noticing the sensation of the out breath, and then noticing that slight pause at the bottom of the exhale. Also trying to detect if there's any difference in sensation from the inhale to the exhale breath. And here we're not judging our breath as being good or bad, we're just noticing it, just observing it. And then we're going to just establish a calming breath, that is a breath cycle of equal length inhale and exhale, and we're going to try to use that throughout our practice together. But I'm just going to suggest the number 4. You can actually plug any number in there that you like, but I'll invite us to start to inhale to our own count of 4, pause at the top of the inhale, and then exhale to your count of 4, pause at the bottom, and repeat. And we'll just continue that for the next minute or so. If your mind becomes distracted away from your counting of the breath, just notice where the mind has traveled off to. And then when you feel ready, you can return it to this calming breath, resuming your counting of the breath as you feel ready. Just for the next minute or so. And then go ahead and start to slowly release your counting of the breath. Just return to your natural automatic breathing. One last time, take a check-in with yourself. Notice the physical sensations in your body and notice your mental activity, your thoughts, whether it's their pace or their quality. We're going to check in at the end of our time together and see if we found any benefit or peace from these practices. And perhaps based on your own assessment or your own check-in, if you'd like to set an intention for your class today, something specific that you need from this practice, you can do that and bring your attention back to that throughout our practice whenever the mind becomes distracted. You can take all the time that you need with your check-in. There's no rush whatsoever. When you've finished, when you feel ready, I'll invite you to bring the palms together. You can rub them till they're warm. When the palms feel warm, you can cup them over the eyes, bring some warmth and circulation to your eyes. And then taking all the time you need in your own time, you can relax your hands down and gently blink the eyes open. All right, we're going to get started with some warm-up here. I'm going to move back from the camera just a bit. I'm going to encourage you to use that calming breath that we just practiced throughout our practice. And I'll also invite you to use a slight constriction at the back of the throat so that the breath is becoming audible. We get a lot of benefit, both physical and mental, out of that type of breathing. It's the same type of breath that you would use to fog up a pair of sunglasses or a mirror. But we're relaxing our mouth and leaving the mouth sealed. We're breathing in and out through the nose with that slight constriction at the back of the throat, so it sounds a bit like an ocean wave. And that's a good focal point of meditation to use throughout our movement practice. Anytime our mind becomes distracted away by our thoughts, by our memories, images, whatever it happens to be, we can just notice where the mind has traveled off to and then bring our attention back to the sound of that ocean breath. All right, so find your comfortable seat. You can relax your hands wherever they feel comfortable. You could even relax them down by the sides. Let's just take a few cleansing breaths or releasing breaths together. These are nice deep inhales made through the nose as we relax the belly, and then we use an open-mouthed exhale. You can use the word ha or the word or you can motorboat your lips, whatever comes natural to you. So let's relax the belly. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose, and then sigh out your exhale. 2 more times, relax the belly, deep inhale through the nose, and then sigh it out. 1 last time, deep inhale through the nose, relaxing the belly. Sigh it out. On our next inhale, we're going to start to turn the head slowly. We're going to look out over our right shoulder. We're going to start to slow down our movements and match our movements to the length of our breath. We'll pause at the top of the inhale, and then as we exhale, we'll make our way back to our center. This next inhale, we're going to turn the head slowly, look out over the left shoulder, allowing that movement to last as long as our inhale breath. Pause at the top. As you exhale, come on back to your center. Without losing any length in the neck, as we inhale, we're going to lift our chin up toward the sky. And then as we exhale, we're slowly going to return to our center. This next inhale, let's just relax the chin down toward the chest. And stay here for a couple of nice deep breaths. Try to relax your shoulders, relax the space between the shoulder blades, relaxing the neck, letting the head just hang heavy. You can even think of energetically pulling the sternum up toward the chin. Try to feel gravity lengthen the backside of your neck. And then as you're ready on an inhale, the chin can come back parallel to the floor. Let's take a half turn toward our right shoulder, and then as we exhale, we're just going to relax the chin back down toward the chest. And stay here for a deep breath or two, maybe noticing the back left side of your neck and any of the sensations that might be present there. And then as you feel ready on an inhale, the chin can come back parallel to the floor. Exhale, come back to your center. Our next inhale, we'll take a half turn toward the left shoulder. On the exhale, we'll relax the chin back down toward the chest. Maybe taking our attention to the back right side of the neck and noticing any of the sensations that are present there. And then as you're ready on an inhale, the chin can come back parallel to the floor. Exhale, come back to your center. Let's interlace the fingers. Take your natural interlaced finger grip and then slide everything over one finger. If it's comfortable for you, you can bring your hands behind your head with the pinky fingers right at the base of your skull. And just relax the neck and the head and start some gentle rotations in one direction. Doesn't matter if you start clockwise or counterclockwise. Maybe 4 or 5 rotations in one direction. And then as you feel ready, reverse the direction, maybe 4 or 5 rotations in the opposite direction. And then go ahead and release the hands as you feel ready. Shake them out. If it feels good, let's take a couple of forward rolls with the shoulders here. And then take a couple of backward rolls. And then if it's comfortable for you, I'll invite us to bring our arms parallel to the floor with the palms facing down. And just for a few breaths here, try to relax the shoulders, but reach out in opposite directions through the fingertips, like we're trying to touch opposite walls here. I might turn just a bit so you can see this. And then start to slowly rotate the palms up toward the sky. Same thing, relaxing your shoulders, but reaching out through the fingertips. And then let's turn one palm up, one palm down, and alternate internal, external rotation of your shoulders. And then we're going to open our fingers up wide. We're going to tuck our thumb in and make a fist and tilt the fist down toward the floor so you might feel the stretch in the top of the thumb here. And then go ahead and release. If it's comfortable for you, bring the hands out straight in front of the shoulders with the palms facing the sky. Take a nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, just curl the knuckles in to touch your shoulders. And I'll invite us all to do that maybe 3 or 4 times, starting to slow down the movements, connecting the length of the movement to the length of your breath, allowing the movement to last just as long as the breath. And we all breathe at different rates, so it's okay if we're moving at different rates as well. The next time that you exhale and you feel the knuckles come to touch the shoulders, if it feels okay as you inhale, bring the elbows apart. And then as you exhale, bring them back to touch. And let's do that 3 or 4 times. Still connecting your breath to your movement. And then leaving the knuckles resting lightly on the tops of the shoulders. We'll do some small forward circles with the elbows here. You can keep the circles small or make the circles get larger as you go. Whatever feels good. And then when you feel ready, return to your center, do some small backward circles. You can keep those circles small or allow them to get larger as you go if that feels good for your shoulders. And then go ahead and relax the hands down, shake them out. Let's make some tight fists here. As we inhale, we're going to spread our fingers wide, opening the hands. Exhale, tight fists. Let's do that 3 or 4 times. Still connecting breath and movement. And then the next time that you make tight fists, go ahead and rotate the wrists in one direction. And as you feel ready, reverse the direction. And then let's stretch out our fingers. Let's turn the right palm up toward the sky. Gently grab the pinky finger, pull it back towards your body. Release, ring finger. As you're ready, release, middle finger. Index finger. And then gently press the thumb back towards your forearm. It's okay if they don't touch. And then as you're ready, left palm toward the sky, pinky finger back toward the body. Be gentle. As you're ready, release, ring finger. As you're ready, release, middle. Index. And gently press the thumb back toward the forearm. And go ahead and release. Shake out the hands. Let's bring our left foot off the floor. We're going to point and flex the foot a few times. I'm going to be mirroring you here. And then find some side-to-side movement with the foot. And then some circles with the foot, one direction. As you're ready, switch the direction. And then bringing the left knee, even with the left hip, you can actually hold underneath the hamstring here if that feels more comfortable. Just loosen up the leg below the knee, a couple of leg extensions. And then if you need to kind of turn yourself at an angle in the seat, you can do some circles with the left knee here to open up your hip. One direction. And then as you're ready, switch the direction. And then go ahead and set the left foot down. Let's bring the right foot off the floor, point and flex the foot a few times. And then some side-to-side motion. Circles with the foot in one direction. And switch, opposite direction. And then bring the right knee even with the right hip. You can grab underneath the hamstring here, just loosen up the leg below the knee, a couple of leg extensions. And then maybe turning yourself at an angle in the seat, some circles with the right knee, one direction. And when you're ready, switch. Okay. Go ahead and set both feet down. Let's find our alignment in the seat again. The knees right over the heels and the ankles. Shoulders over the hips. So if you have a belt or a strap here, we're just going to do what I call flossing the shoulders. And what we'll do is start with our hands apart pretty wide, with the elbows straight or maybe just a slight bend at the elbows. And if it's comfortable for the shoulders, we're just going to start to bring the strap up to the top and then let the hands relax down, bringing the strap behind the back. And just going very slow. You can bring it up and bring it back down in front of you. Inhale up, exhale, strap goes behind you. And we'll just do this 3 or 4 or 5 times, connecting our breath to our movement. So we're inhaling, straps coming up to center, exhale, relax the strap behind your back. Inhale, come back to your center. Exhale, let the strap relax forward in front of the body. And then the next time that we bring the strap up above the shoulders here, take a nice deep inhale. On our exhale, we'll find a little side bend over to our left. You want to keep your belly pulled in to protect the spine. Try to press down equally through both sitting bones into the chair. And gently pull the hands apart like we're trying to snap the strap or the belt in half. And then as you're ready, inhale, come back to your center. Exhale, let's find a little side bend to the right. Again, drawing the belly in toward the spine, pressing down equally through both sitting bones into the chair, and gently pulling the hands apart like we're trying to snap the strap in half. And then one more side bend to each side, so inhale back to your center, exhale side bend to the left. As you're ready, draw the belly in, inhale, come back to your center, exhale side bend to the right. Drawing the belly in as you're ready, inhale, come back to your center. This time as we exhale, we're going to find a little twist to our right. So we want to reach our hands apart as we twist. We're pressing our right hip forward. You can either gaze back at your right thumb or you can just gaze down at the floor, whatever feels good for your neck. As you're ready, draw the belly in, inhale, come back to your center. Exhale, find a twist to your left. Pressing your left hip forward, reaching the hands apart, maybe gazing back at your left thumb, or just gazing at the floor. And then one more time, twisting to each side. So inhale back to our center, exhale, twist to our right. As you're ready, inhale, come back to your center, exhale, twist to your left. Drawing the belly in as you feel ready, inhale, come back to your center, exhale, just relax the strap down. You can put it to the side. Let's bring our feet a little bit wider than the chair here. If you have a block or a thick book, you can use this. We're going to do a forward fold here from the chair. So first we're going to just find a nice tall spine. So you want to draw the belly in toward the front of the spine, press down through the sitting bones, lift up through the top of the head. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, start to hinge forward from the hips. So just mindful of your lower back and the sensations there. You could either stop yourself at the thighs with your hands. You could bring your hands down onto a block or a book. You could use any level of the book or the block. Or if it's comfortable, go ahead and bring the hands onto the floor right below the shoulders. Try to relax your spine. Also include the neck and the head. Let the head just hang heavy. Relax the lower back. Take a few nice deep breaths here. As you're ready, take a nice deep inhale through the nose. And then use an open mouth exhale, just sigh it out. Relaxing the neck, letting the head hang down. Let's nod the head yes. And shake the head no. And then when you're ready, come back to your center. You can bring your hands onto the tops of the knees or the thighs. Draw the belly in. Inhale, push yourself back up. Come to your center. Let's just do a couple of warrior poses here in the seat. So let's bring our right foot out to the side of the seat here. We want to bring our right ankle and heel right below the right knee. And then if you're sitting toward the front of the seat and the seat has no arms, you can either rest your left leg on this side onto the seat. Let the seat support your leg. Or you can just extend the left leg out straight with a little bend at the knee, keeping the left foot parallel with the left side of the chair, whatever feels good for you. Just finding that alignment. Right foot, right heel and ankle below the right knee. We're going to square our shoulders forward first. Hands can come to the heart. If it's okay for the neck, we're going to gaze over our right shoulder. If it's okay for the arms and the shoulders, we can bring our arms parallel to the floor, palms down. Just try to relax the shoulders. As you inhale, reach out in opposite directions through the fingertips. On your exhale, try to press both sitting bones equally down into the chair. Take a nice deep inhale here. As you exhale, relax the left hand down. Inhale, reach up through the right fingertips. Find a good right rib cage stretch here with a reverse warrior. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale, come on back down. Go ahead and rest the hands to the hips. We're going to walk our feet back in front of the chair. This time we'll bring our left foot out to the side. Bring your left heel and ankle right below your left knee. And then you can either support your right leg onto the chair, or you can just extend the right leg straight out with a little bend at the knee, keeping the right foot parallel with the right side of the chair. Whatever feels right to you. Square the shoulders forward over the hips. Hands can come to the heart. If it's okay for the neck, you can gaze over your left shoulder. If it's okay for the shoulders and arms, bring the arms parallel to the floor, palms down. Try to relax the shoulders. Inhale, reach out in opposite directions through your fingertips. Exhale, press down equally through both sitting bones into the chair. Take one more nice deep inhale. As you exhale, relax the right hand down. Inhale, Reach up through the left fingertips. Find a good left rib cage stretch. Take a nice deep inhale here. And exhale, come on down. Go ahead and relax the hands to the hips. Let's bring our feet back out in front. Find our alignment. Okay, I would like to conclude with a little bit of a silent meditation here. So I'll guide us into the beginning of this, but the idea of this is just to witness your thoughts as they come. We don't really try to control which thoughts come and which go. We don't try to push them away or cling on to them. It's as if we're sitting in a movie theater and we're watching a projection screen and our thoughts are just coming onto the screen and we're a spectator to them. So go ahead and find your most comfortable seat. You can rest your hands on your thighs or on tops of the knees, palms down or up, or you can fold them in the lap. Start to go ahead and you can let go of your mindfulness of breathing. You can put your physical practice behind you. And then start to relax your eyes. You can soften the gaze, or you can close them halfway or close them completely. And then just noticing those places where the body's supported by the earth. You can take your attention to your sitting bones or to the soles of the feet. And then just for the next 2 or 3 minutes here, just allow the thoughts to come and go as they please. Just observe them without any kind of emotional reaction or attachment to them. And I will guide us right back out of this silent meditation as the time expires. And as you feel ready, I'll invite you to gradually start to deepen your breath in whatever way that you can imagine it happening. Try to imagine your breath circulating through your whole physical body. Try to imagine it reaching your vital organs, all of the tissues of your body, each of your individual cells. I'll invite us all to take one last check-in here, noticing the physical sensations in our body, also noticing our mental activity, our thoughts, whether it's their pace or their quality, and trying to detect if there's any difference between now and the beginning of our practice together. Maybe your body feels relaxed, maybe your mind feels peaceful, perhaps they don't, just taking a few moments to observe. You can take all the time that you need with your check-in, there's no rush whatsoever. When you've finished, if it feels comfortable, I'll invite us to bring the hands to the heart. Maybe a slight relaxation of the head forward, enabling us to turn our gaze inward. And first, maybe finding a moment of gratitude to our bodies for bringing us here this afternoon and for all that they do for us as we make our way down our path. And then I'll invite us all just to bring to mind one thing that we feel grateful for in our lives today. It could be anything. Thank you all very much for allowing me to guide you through your practice this afternoon. I hope it was enjoyable, beneficial, relaxing in some way. And to that I say namaste. So that type of meditation is a very important practice. It can be difficult, but most of us, when we sit in stillness, in quiet, we become acutely aware of this little storyteller that's in our mind. And the purpose of that practice is just to listen to that storyteller. Many times the the internal dialogue that's coming up is not very helpful to us. So if we can identify those thought patterns that are negative, that aren't serving us very well, we can start to identify those and start to replace them with different thought patterns or different thoughts, something more positive and constructive. So it can be a difficult practice at first, but well worthwhile as time goes by. So just as a reminder, please check out the Veterans Yoga Project website, www.veteransyogaproject.org. Hi, Sandy. Thank you. And also, if you're a combat veteran, you can check out the Veterans or the Lone Survivor Foundation.org for information on our virtual post-traumatic growth programs. Hi, Rossi. Hi, Sandy. Thank you. I'm going to take us out with a little bit of music here, a little bit of old blues here, a little Skip James. I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon and evening. Suitcase, out the road I'll be gone. My baby got something, I just don't know what it is. My baby got something, I just don't know what it is. But every time I touch her, Lord, I just can't be still. I wish I could holler just like a mountain jack. I wish I could holler just like a mountain jack. Climb on top that mountain and I would call Have a wonderful day. Namaste.